turret has noticed you. There's an engineering shuttle ahead. I wonder how you find everything so quickly. Is it because of my hints? That's a familiar way of repairing things. Did you study the same manual as well? His mistake was that he didn't know the principles of electrical conductivity. However, it's a good idea to pour some melted metal on the handy scrapper. It's unlikely that it will fly with a broken engine, but the design of the steering wheel is quite interesting.
У тебя глаза зеленые, как и весенняя трава, губы алые, брови черные и кудрява голова. А головушку кудряву обрамляет борода. Без нее уже безродимой ни туда и ни сюда. Борода, борода, ой, бородушка, ты лелеешь ее и халишь. Как учили нас деды, без нее нет победы. Ты обычаи предков хранишь. Славился всегда славянин своей пышной бородой. Новгородецкий ирлянин, старый или молодой. Ах, зачем окно в Европу Петр Первый прорубил? За чужой, погнавшись модой, русским бороды побрил. А теперь мужи седые бреют бороды свои, и как жены молодые часто выглядят они. Позабыли, что мужчину украшает борода. Борода, богатство рода, знали русичи всегда. Борода, борода, ой, бородушка, ты лелеешь ее и халишь. Как учили нас деды, без нее нет победы. Ты обычаи предков хранишь.
I checked the course routed by the captain. There's not enough information, but it seems that he was able to calculate a route through several accelerate. That's it. Space, here we come. Start the engine. We don't have enough engine power to activate the weapons. I apologize for the restart window. I'm not good with abrupt acceleration. I hope we don't need parts of the ship that fell off along the way that much. In any case, Normandy won't survive one more acceleration, or any flight at all. I suggest we find a place to dock and inspect the shuttle. By the way, I'd like to note that leaving the shuttle and going into outer space at such a short distance from the core is impossible unless you want to turn into jelly. Paranoia is a type of chronic psychosis common for adulthood. Either your interlocutor knows something we don't, or she's an old woman. The ship won't hold up long, so take your time. That's a suitable place to dock. Looks like a part of the liner's garage module. Maybe we'll find some parts for Normandy there. There's a system for accurate docking installed here. That's great. Or perhaps for not so accurate docking. It looks like the engine has failed completely now and will never get to the accelerating station. This is not just a garage module, but a surviving diagnostic station. However, it doesn't sound like it's functioning nominally. It looks like he was accidentally killed by the diagnostic station. I can't find any other reason for this injury. The diagnostics panel works, although this part clearly doesn't belong here.
Hey! Don't touch it! Put it back! What are you doing? Put it back! Yeah, that's better. Oh, can you twist it a bit more?
I think at this rate we'll achieve nothing because this thing is short-circuiting the diagnostic station's brains.
What now? Put it back! Are you messing around with me? Put it... Oh, yes. Back in. Oh, you jerk.
This diagnostic station is faulty, but we don't have any other one. The excess voltage is melting its circuits. You need to bring it to its senses somehow.
bring you back to your senses, you dirty undies with a helmet, if you don't stop coming at me.
We can't do anything here. We'll have to look for some controls.
You better look for the remnants of your dignity, you lousy pajamas.
The elevators aren't working, although it's not recommended to use elevators during a fire, earthquake, or the diagnostic station's self-torture. The main diagnostics room. You can say that this is the brain of the whole diagnostic station, and this brain is malfunctioning.
You are the one who's malfunctioning, you funerary diaper.
The central processor. I thought such a fragile thing should be protected somehow, and not be just sticking out of the floor like this.
I stick out and in however I want.
The central processor protection control console. It's not working. No, something's wrong. It looks like we'll have to remove the excess voltage first. The processor control panel. We can restart the whole station with it. There should be a voice control module of the station here, as well as its speech filters. Maybe that's why it keeps calling us names?
Or maybe it's because you're a useless garment that keeps babbling too much.
What kind of monsters played an 18-hour recording of this song? It looks like this recording is the reason why the station's entire voice module burned down and it became so aggressive. It's locked from the inside. I see. Someone removed the protection from the processor and tried to connect it directly to the... So, nobody tried to run diagnostics on the coffins. Rather, on the contrary, they got the coffins burned because they were trying to decrypt them. Probably someone, like us, needed data from their sensors about the location of some particular object.
Diagnostic Center. Yes. Please go to the reception. station. Welcome. Go to the center, please. Oh, more. Error. Welcome, diagnostics. Please go. Oh, yeah. In. Leave my processor alone.
If the station doesn't like it, then we're doing it right.
Processing back. What kind of people are you?
It looks like the unprotected processor was causing power supply overload. This should help a little.
You better help yourself, sweat-smelling piece of junk.
This rotor is damaged. It's not quite needed for the diagnostic station to work. It'd be better to turn it off somehow. These are the levers controlling the rotor's speed.
Pull harder. Yes.
It's not working. You should first press the left. Perfect! You managed to break the rotor. It doesn't matter though.
Too bad it didn't hit you.
I don't know who hit it here, but why are you touching it? Throw it away before it appears on someone's live stream. This looks like a passageway to the debugging compartment. Perfect. Oh. There's something wrong here. I don't know what this dead man was trying to do, but the compensators shouldn't be under voltage.
Reattach the clips! Oh.
There's less stuttering in its voice. Looks like everything is coming along all right. After a resounding success in the movies, they predicted this robot would have a great future. Poor fellow. How did he end up participating in something like this? By the way, it's now clear how this station was maintained and why it became deranged. No power. We've been in this situation before. If we fix these broken wires, we won't have to break the door.
Don't touch anything.
I don't even know if that's a good sign. Ugh, it has a toggle switch. Disgusting.
Don't touch anything.
This should help a little, although touching a toggle switch, even to survive, I really don't know.
Push my toggle switch to on. Push it to on.
Now, can you hear it? I can't hear its angry babbling either. Looks like it's time to reboot the central processor.
What happened? Did you just reboot me by just pushing the button? I take it you'll continue damaging the equipment until I run diagnostics? Well then, the core of your shuttle is melting, the weapons are uncalibrated, passive defense is not installed, active defense is not installed. It's nothing but a tin can. Happy now? I'll fix your engines and you'll get out of here. Okay.
That's a good deal, and the only possible one. The diagnostic station is not designed for complex repairs at all. It's time to return to Normandy. By the way...
Oh, you're back already? It's done. By the way.
Alright, let's take a look around. We're definitely not in a hurry. I'm sure we won't last long without decent repairs, so even the security systems won't be needed for the shuttle to fall apart. As for the friend or foe identification system, I don't know anything about it. Great, the engines are working, the life support system is working, the weapons are active. By the way, the weapons calibrate themselves automatically when shooting at random targets. I shouldn't have said anything about the weapon. I have to worry about the illegality of shoot... never mind. What's that up ahead? I'm not mistaken, am I? Is it a fully functioning Breathedge coffin with hands? We've already seen such coffins, but I doubted it until now. An automatic maintenance team. They can patch us up, but nothing more. We can't get them to completely repair the shuttle. And we're done. Probably. Looks like this is the galactic battle. It's the only part that contained unique observation modules with domed glass. How the glass survived the disaster is mystery. It would be nice to get inside. Level 1 calibration. I'd like to note that your shooting skill is absolutely unimportant here. These weapons have a simplified artificial intelligence with a self-learning system, and they simply adapt to the shooter. According to the number, this is one of the domed cooling modules. The extremely low temperatures overboard and the huge volumes of working fluids allowed the modules to maintain almost any temperature in the shell of the cores without unnecessary energy consumption. We could use something like this for the damaged core of Normandy. An external docking area. You can get inside, or rather, you could get inside if you can break all the ties. That's much better. You can dock now. I have no detailed information about the liner's cooling system in my database, but I'm sure you'll have to find something and break something. I wonder if you can call icicles icicles in zero gravity. Technically, they form in a different way, which means they must have another name. Orbicles, for example. Or, expandicles, bursticles, pressuricles. I don't know. I'll allocate one of my processors for generating the name, perhaps. It looks like this is not a passageway leading to the dome, but a temporary storage module. I didn't know it was located in this part of the liner. So it is. These are temporary storage refrigerators. Everyone who was lucky enough to die during the flight on the liner was placed here, and according to my data, there were many of them. Interesting. The design of these refrigerators is not that simple. If I had more information, I could make a useful blueprint for Normandy. This boulder could be named in your honor. Just look at all the stuff it destroyed. Everything is blocked with ice further on. It's unlikely we'll be able to break through. Amazing! I can't imagine how this happened, but by looking at the junction box in his hand, I can make a rough diagram of how to connect the refrigerator. Despite the damage, the nitrogen valve control unit in this refrigerator remained intact. Very interesting. Looks like I figured out the general concept of integrating thermal control systems, even though I don't have an engineering chip installed in me. All that's left is to study the cooling system controller and figure out where to get the working fluid. Then we can assemble a cooling unit for North. Turn the A02 valve all the way to the right, then the 3 nitrogen reduction valves. Turn the B6 valve to the left at a 30-degree angle. Don't forget to depressurize the valve. Now it's clear how to disable the flow of nitrogen. This is clear as well. Or like this. All right, time to check the dome. The cooling system controller should be here somewhere. We're looking for some sort of a... box? No, probably a computer, or a room, or maybe a data block, or a barrel with a button. I haven't fully studied what it should look like. Wait a second, this mosaic. So that's why your relative's face seemed so familiar to me. A brilliant engineer, one of the creators of the core, and the father of artificial intelligence. It's him! Amazing! Are you sure you're not adopted? The crew was killed shortly before the crash. They didn't even have anything to defend themselves with. I noticed that it's enough for a human to get one hit in any part of the body to die, whereas coffins only die when certain points on the head and stomach are damaged. Ouch, that must hurt. Nothing of interest. Solids detected. According to some sketchy fragments of data, I assume that it might be the office of your grandpa and his team. Did you know that he was supposed to be on? An employee pass is required. I wonder if a handy scrapper will do, or if you'll have to search the bodies. The deceased is on the ship's crew list. I've checked. I don't know why, though. Nothing of interest. Nothing of interest. It's a good thing you only need a pass from a corpse, but not the corpse itself. Apparently your grandpa was supposed to fly as a crew member and monitor the Corps' activity. I wish I'd had a chance to talk to him. All the equipment was destroyed, and someone took all the data blocks. Someone's been looking for something here. I wonder what it was. A masterpiece. Or rather, it used to be a masterpiece. Isn't this the brilliant scientist who disappeared with his grandson after claiming to have invented the portal gun? Most likely, the liner's core was remotely controlled from here, but someone broke everything. I remember that event. I was at the dry cleaners after an unpleasant incident at the time, and while they were cleaning my circuit boards, I was taking a peek at the TV with literally just one of my sensors. According to my data, this planetarium has the most detailed map of the galaxy. We could really use it right now. I think the controller must be here somewhere. Here it is, the cooling system controller. I told you it looked like, this. Either the controller is broken, or we don't have access. In any case, I only need to examine its internals, so I suggest using a handy scrapper. Alright. Okay, I see. So this is how it works. Great. Enough damage. I've made a blueprint of the cooling unit. You can feel how hot my logic board is. No less than 85 degrees. I knew you wouldn't say no. It's hot, isn't it? Just like Normandy's core, which we need to cool down already. However, I have some unpleasant news for you. I found out where to find the working fluid for the cooling unit, but you are unlikely to like it. In any case, we will need a drill and moral depravity. I can't stop thinking about your brilliant relative. He clearly worked here and designed many of the liner's systems. Could the accident have been caused by someone who needed his body or the data from his office? Yes, that's right. The working fluid is inside of them in the area of the bladder. We really need it, but they don't. Another elderly person needs the working fluid, no doubt about it. Cardiac arrest, a common reaction of an elderly body to G-force. Someone broke the refrigerator, froze the deceased, broke him apart, and then carefully put him back together. Very carefully, just like you. I advise you to throw this away before it melts. Let's hope the deceased didn't walk away on their own. Blunt force trauma to the head? Nothing interesting here. That should work. When installing it, don't touch the core's shell. Great, it works! At least now you won't get fried inside of me and smear my lining with your combustion residue. No, there is definitely something wrong here. I tried to track the flight path of your relative's body using the information of the coffins we opened earlier. He disappeared right after you lost him. Moreover, the other coffins didn't receive either any signal about the destruction of the coffin or its coordinates. I can't believe it. It's a teleporter. If we fly through it at a certain speed, we can get to our station that we left behind. The automatic maintenance team compartments were located on the outer plating of the liner. No wonder they survived. Great, let's go. Now we definitely need to... Repairs are complete. It looks like it's one of the Space Military Police modules. Their shuttles were equipped with the best defense systems. If we can't find a working shuttle, we could at least try to remove some of their armor plating and patch up the holes on Normandy. apparently, we won't find any survivors here either. Hey, a door! How unexpected. This container seems familiar. Isn't it the capsule containing one of those ugly cow chicken hybrids that you irresponsibly launched to the surface of the planet? I hope it was empty already because there's no sign of the mutant itself. These tracks don't bode well. I can't imagine how hard the blow was. It seems to be the only way to get to the military shuttles. I suggest we turn back and try to find a safer place to loot. Now you face a fine under Clause 867A of the agreement for damaging the spacesuit with slime of an unknown origin. These are the tracks of the survivors. It's a shame they are bloody. I've detected some signs of an unknown infection on this body. According to Intergalactic Regulation Number 6, you must take some samples. There is a chance that the death was due to a huge hole in his stomach, and there are no traces of infection besides common acne on his face. Still, it's better to be safe and send the sample to Earth. Otherwise, it might turn out like in 2020 with COVID-19, but only we will be the ones to blame. There was a real massacre here not so long ago. What is this thing? Throw it away. Judging by the tangled footprints leading from the cabin, the mutant attacked these unfortunate fellows and got drunk on their blood, which had a lot of something alcohol containing in it. By the way, there's a chance that these are the only survivors besides us and your interlocutor with a strange accent. To be more precise, they were the only survivors until you launched a capsule with a mutant at them. What the? Run! It's definitely the mutant from the capsule. I hope it won't be able to get in there and come after us, but we'd better get out of here. By the way, we found the shuttles. All the shuttles are damaged. However, we only needed their armor plates in the first place. I don't understand mutant language, but it definitely wants to kill us. It's close. This shuttle has armor plates. We can't get them from the outside. Maybe we can pick them off from the inside. And no, we won't be able to pick anything off from here. I bet you've learned most of your survival skills from such games, haven't you? And here's the owner of the shuttle. Looks like this guy confused the toy wheel with the real one and tried to get away during the battle. Well, games don't get you anywhere, that's for sure. Especially if you're an idiot. You should hurry up. I don't know anything about this person, but I can feel something genius about this toy. We need to get out of here. The shuttle is under repair. We need to examine it. These sounds aren't good. Looks like it's the control panel for the jack. Here it is, an armor plate that we can use to close the hole in the core. They haven't fully welded it. You need to tear off the bracket and lower the jack. Great! It remains only to lower the jack. I didn't think that the weight of the plate was more than 900 kilos. Maybe we should take a closer look at it. Judging by the remains of the mutant, the plate is really heavy. Are you sure you can't carry it? It doesn't look like we can carry it. This is a mechanic from some other game. You don't have any strength at all. It's time to go back. I hope it was the only one here. I don't know what this monster would have done to us if it had caught up with us, but did you see its terrible animations? I've never seen anything like it. It's definitely the most creepy creature in the universe. It looks like a technical corridor. We can use it to go back so we won't have to crawl through the ventilation system. Some more traces of slime. The mutant clearly used the technical corridors. By the way, I wonder how many mutants survived the flight to the planet. Ah, here's the way out. Probably. And yes, I was right. We got back to Normandy. Great. I recommend that we get out of here as soon as possible. We can't install any armor plates, we can't steal any shuttles, so we have nothing else to do here. By the way, while we were running from the monster, someone patched up our hole and put armor plates on the hull. Probably it's the local repair team who worked on it when they noticed the identification marks on Captain Shepard's ship. So it turns out that we could have stayed in the shuttle all this time.